Good morning and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Charlene. Today I have a lot of prep work to do. I'm going to prep dinner for tonight, tomorrow night, and then I have a few little projects to get me through a few days of dinners. I'm hoping to get some freezer meals made. So today is just one of those days I get a lot of the little things done. So I have a pork loin here. I'm going to cut it into hunks, and tomorrow night we're going to have pork on a bun with fried onions and hot pepper rings. It is so good. So I want to get it cut up today and marinating for about 24 hours before we eat it, just to get, you know, the marinade in the meat, and it just, oh, it's so good. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut off all the fat and cut them into their proper sizes. So I got all the fat off. There's a bunch of little tiny chunks in here. I'm still going to marinate those, and we'll just like eat those up. Now everyone cuts these differently. This is just the way that I do it. Really just little chunks on top. There we go. So for the marinade that I'm going to use red wine. Salt, a little bit of black pepper, paprika, garlic. I use a fair bit of garlic. And this is red pepper sauce that we make homemade. It's just basically peppers that are ground up like in a meat grinder. You add oil and a lot of salt in it to preserve it. Anyways, it just adds some really great flavor. So I'm going to put, there's a lot, so 3 tablespoons on that. periodically I will just move them around to make sure there's marinade touching every part. But yeah, this is so good. Okay, I'm gonna make some breakfast and then I'm gonna move on to my next project. There we go. This is gonna sit in the fridge this whole time. Okay. So now we've had our breakfast. My husband is peeling 15 pounds of potatoes for us, and I'm gonna chop vegetables for tonight's stir fry. So we're gonna do carrots, onions, broccoli, and some cauliflower, as well as we have some sweet peas that we're gonna throw in, or sugar snap peas. So it is time to get ready for dinner. So I have all the vegetables that we cut up in the frying pan. They're going to fry up. So that's going to take a bit. I was given a ton of these peas. Oh, that one's got some bad spots. So we gave these a wash, and I'm going to freeze these ones. I'm going to keep some for the stir fry, but I washed and froze some last night, and I'm going to put these ones into single-size servings, and I'm going to vacuum seal them. So I'm reusing some of these bags. that's about right for what I need. In the freezer. Okay, so I have three bags for the freezer. I'll just write what they are and the date, and I'm going to take a few of these and add them to the stir fry a little bit after they're about halfway cooked. And then, yeah, and then I'm going to cook up some rice for dinner. And I have 2 banana breads in the oven, and I made another French toast bake like on my last video for my son for this week for school. And I think that is it. And as I freeze these, I will do a couple batches of more of these and put them in the freezer. Right, I'm going to go put my feet up for a few minutes, and then you'll see me back in a few minutes. Okay, so the vegetables are all set. The rice is done. So now we're just going to add in the toppings. I'm going to add in 2 jars of beef stew that I have previously canned. If you do not can your own meat, this is so handy. It keeps it out of your freezer, and it can sit on your shelf, and then it's already cooked, and you can just add it to stir fries. You don't have the extra step of having to cook it before making this. So I definitely find it very handy. Okay, so I'm just going to dump these in. And I'm going to add in 2 homemade jars of tomato soup as well. These ones are a little bit watered down. I'll have to be a little more careful with that. And then I'm going to add some garlic. Now, I'm not measuring out the spices, but I'll tell you what I'm using. I'm going to put some soy sauce. Oh, guess we're out of that one. Grab another one. Vinegar. A little salt. Pepper. We're going to add cayenne, but you do not need to. We just like a little kick to all of our recipes. Okay. Now I am just going to let this cook a little bit longer, just because the soup that I used was a little bit more watery than I wanted it to be. And then I'll double check the flavoring. After that, I'm going to leave this for probably 5 or 10 minutes more. Looks good though. And there we go. It turned out so good. Okay, it's the next day, and we are having pork on a bun for dinner. And I am so glad that I prepared this yesterday, because today has been a day I'm just so exhausted from all the work I did yesterday. So I'm definitely glad to have something nice and easy to make. So we're cooking the pork. I fried up some onions, and then I have the pork cooking in here. I started out cooking the onions until they are about half cooked, and then I added in hot pepper rings, and I made sure they were fully cooked before I started cooking the pork. And I have a few already done. So this is how it looks. Whoops. Just put a little onions and stuff on. So it is so good. It is so flavorful. Marinating it for whatever it was, maybe not quite 24 hours, was what gives it the best flavor. Anyways, so yeah, so this is probably going to give us probably at least 12 or more buns for dinner. So I'm going to have these ready for when everyone gets home from school and work, and then we are going to enjoy this nice simple recipe for dinner. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the next video. Take care.